Beautiful beings of the universe, welcome to now. Another beautiful day, and I came outside to talk about the lovely message with you, beautiful beings. So, this is actually a quote from Khalil Gibran, and he says that do not love half lovers, do not work with half the talented ones, do not have half fake people as your friends. And this I wanted to talk in detail because this is so true, this is so real. And many times just so that you do not have to face your own selves and you do not want to go into the darker aspects of yourself, you go about just selecting any sort of a person who you just want to talk to. And most of the time is it's a wastage of your time because you are either talking either people, if you look at the conversation of 99% people, either it's about gossip or they are cribbing about themselves or they are bragging about themselves. There's no real content of self growth and beauty in their relationship. It's at a very shallow level, especially in this day and age. Is just too common, you see. So you find lots of people rather being by themselves, they're more alone. But that is in a way much better than being around with people who are time wasters. You don't want to be around people who are just wasting your time for literally, there's no give back, you know. And in any sort of relationship, be it like a friendship or work, you do want terms to be clear. So you want a proper kind of a give and take, right? You just do not want to be a total giver. But this is the thing: if you're an empath, if you're a social empath, and you can feel people's emotions more easily, you are bound to be more giving because that was your conditioning. That's how you were raised as a child. So your parents told you that, well, in order to be a good boy or a good girl, you need to be listening to your parents. You need to do everything that they wanted you to do. And then when you grow up and you go to school, that's the same thing. So the society and school education system, college, workplace, all of them tell you to be more complacent so that you can be doing things according to the manner that suits them. However, at this point, your own things are, pretty much compromised. And by the time you are in your late 20s or 30s, you don't even know like what was your true calling. And this is funny because like I can tell that from my experience. And for sure I know what I want to do, but then there are just too many factors out there that plays out. And by this time you also have developed lots of self imposed limitations. So then you go back and question, well, how did that come about, right? So you just deep dive and you find out that, well, all of that somewhere down inside was the voice from them that said, oh, you can't do it. And your mind was so supple, it was so delicate, it just took on all of those imprints and then it said maybe. And you were so naive, you were just too innocent and you believed all of that. That's a pretty normal thing. So so that's why it's good to be mindful about the sort of friends you have, because if you do not if you're a young person, if you're going to school or college and you do not know that yet because you have not gone into the outer world yet, so it's an education for you. I'm telling you now that don't waste your time with such people who just want to hang out with you just so that they can eat out and waste their time. You see what I mean? So it's essential that you rather do things that's meaningful for you. Now I understand it's difficult. It's easy to say than do, right? Because I can say about this because I know that, because deep inside you do know what things you need to do, but there is lots of resistance and you need to break those patterns. So have you seen this, like you working in an office space and when your boss tells you that you need to be in office at this time, that day you are doing everything on time. But let's say you set up some work for your own self, you might not just show up on time because you might think it's okay, it's just for me. So probably I'm not going to respect my own self now. So you lose your own self respect. You are respectful to others, but to your own self you do not do the things that you said you would. And I know it's hard to just keep falling and then you try again, but well, that's the way. That's just the way it is. And you've got to keep on trying till you truly make that to the point where you want to be. Exactly. And this is so essential because now you're at the point where you step up for yourself. You are in self control. You do not depend on some other blindfolding world outside of you which tells you, well, this is right, and that is wrong. No. Now you once you do have the right vision, that's what is a warrior state of mind. They first of all meet all of those situations and circumstances that puts them into ridiculous moments, and they realize, no, this is not what I want. This is just utter bullshit. I don't want that. And at that point, the warrior gets the energy and drafts out a plan like, this is what I want, and I'm going to work towards that. Again, it's easier said than done. Like, I'm telling you this knowledge, but for me to truly arrive at that, it took me lots of time, and lot of moments of failures, and wherein, well, let me tell you what is a true failure. A true failure is, of course, a rejection in the outer world. Like if you are not selected for a job, or for something that you were planning for, or some sort of competition, that is one thing. That's what you have learned as a child. But then the other failure, which is way deeper, is when you are actually not standing up for the things that you said you would do, and that brings about a lot of discontentment. You kind of try to hide from within your own self. You know what I mean? So, like, let's say you said that you are going to record that audio or video yesterday. Now that yesterday turned to a month, and then that month has turned to a year now, and now you're just paying out to all these companies because you're on the subscription and your music is out there, but you do not find lots of audiences, and then you figure out, why am I even doing this? Like, does this make any sense? But truly, you know that you've got a long way to go, and you need to go through each of those steps. But because the path looks so huge, so humongous, and it has got like so many steps to be done, and you feel, oh, I just don't want to do that. But then you get the spark when you see some other artists who are doing fabulously well, and they're so much themselves. They have had that honesty to stay, to truly go for that. But again, you see, all this motivation does not just come from outside, looking at other successful people doing their thing. Like, you can look at David Goggins and say, like, wow, he's so phenomenal. I just want to be like Goggins. But do you have that much of courage to do the discipline that he does every single day? It's so difficult. So you fall flat, and you look at where you are, and then you start from there. The problem is we go on comparing ourselves with others all the time, and in that there's lots of delusion because we think we want to be like them, and then you find out that you are actually not like them. You're not even 50% of who they are, not even 20% of who they are. They are world class, and you just stand nowhere. So that just makes you feel very ridiculous, basically. But then you got to deal with that, right? Because you've got to live for yourself. So that means you need to now do the thing that you were born to do. You've got to make yourself happy. Make yourself happy. That means what? That just means that you do the things that you want to do, and many times it's just going to get too much overwhelming because we want life like a recipe. We want everything to be told. Every moment of your life you want spoon-fed, like how you were raised as a child. That's not how life works. Once you're an adult, once you're out of school, it's a completely different world out there. And understand the difference. As a child, your parents were there for you to tell you to do this, do that. But then when you have grown up, you're in the outer world. It's a different wild world, and you've got to learn through each of those things. And it's not that somebody is going to come and tell you what to do. Like Krishnamurti says, Krishnamurti was, I'm sure you all know about Krishnamurti. He was a great enlightened speaker from India, and who spoke all over the world about reality, nature of mind, about how the observer is the observed. So whatever problem you see, it's actually created by you, in the sense that you are the observer and the observed. So you are the subject and the object. But in a normal state, we see that, no, how could that be? Because I'm so different than the people I observe. Somebody is too extremely awesome, and somebody is extremely pathetic. So you do not want to compare yourself to any of those. However, observer is the observed. So with this understanding, we can get lots of insight about probably just doing a thing. So whatever limitation you face, that, oh, I cannot do this now, and I'm feeling so much challenged, So you just start with that limitation and you watch that, and then you just act on that basically. And also, all these concepts are too much. So just take yourself as nothing, because that's what we are. And then if you're coming from a detached space, that's when you can enjoy life in a much more way, rather than trying to squeeze yourself into a someone. As Ramdas says, just be nothing. And there's a lot of joy in that. You are nothing. So when you are a nothing, you can just be yourself. You can just be free and go with the flow. So sometimes life brings you joys. You enjoy that. Sometimes life brings you some pain. So you go through that. And there's no special formula that you want to learn to escape that. It's not going to happen. It's like there is a wave and there is the crest and the trough. It's not possible that you only want the highs in life and you will not go through the lows. It's just impossible. You've got to see through both those things. And how do you get to that is when you are coming from a state of nothingness. There's a sense of ease. So just make it easy. Why you want to complicate your life as a warrior and do this and that? Just take it easy and be nothing. From that nothingness comes a lot of lightness in your physical body, in your mental state of mind, in the sense of who you are. It's a beautiful world. Make it an awesome day. Have a great day, my friend. Thank you for now. Bye.